Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This week I quickly want to look at this little panel that seems to be a modern thing in Meshtastic. It's a little Elecrow 2.8 Crow panel that can run Meshtastic, which is pretty cool. So what you get in the box, and you get a little box like that, you get this little Elecrow panel. And then you get all of these modules in there. You've got a ESP32H2. I don't really know what to do with that, but you've got a ESP-C6, ESP32C6. I know what to do with that one. You've got a, what's this one? It's a wireless module NRF2401. Pretty neat. You get all these modules, and they can plug in to a module slot on the back here, which is pretty neat that it can do that. You know, this module slot over here. So, but one of the modules you get is this one called Wireless Module Meshtastic. And it's a little module that looks something like that. And it comes with a little LoRa antenna. And there's a little reset button, looks like, on it. And that fits in the back there. So that's pretty neat. We're going to try and load Meshtastic then onto this Crow Panel Advanced 2.8. They say it's a 2.8. Let me measure that quickly. Side to side over here. Yeah, it's about 2.8. Yep, it's a 2.8 inches panel. I think you get a 2.5 and you get a 3 or 3.5. With various sizes. This is a 2.8. And on the back here, you can actually loosen these little screws over here, and there's 4 of them. I've already taken 2 of them out. And when you loosen them, this back plate comes off, and there's like a middle plate. And you can see there's actually a ESP Vroom 32, WROOM, ESP S3 in there, and it got a card slot here, a SD card slot. I see it as a mic. Meshtastic probably won't be able to use that yet, but yeah, it has various, and it's a reset and a function button. So this goes on top of there, and then you can stick your little module that goes sort of in there, line that up, that goes in there, and then this goes on top, and there you can see our ports for UART out, I2C out, another UART out, and a battery port. And then it has 2 USB-C ports on the side. One says USB, and the other one says charging and power. So I assume the power goes into the bottom one. You just want to run it. So yeah, let's close this up and get this, see if we can load Meshtastic on it. Oh yeah, one thing I did do is I created a little case for it, and that's this little case. It basically goes in there, and I think we can probably remove the plastic cover now. That sort of goes in there. And then let's clip on the LoRa antenna onto that IPX plug over here. I'm going to clip that onto the IPX. There it goes. That's on there. And then I'm going to stick it inside of this case that I created, which is pretty neat. So let's just make sure that's all on there. That's all on there. Modules in. It's inside the little case. And there we go. We have like a little standalone unit here now. And we're going to try and load Meshtastic on it. So let's go plug in a USB cable and take the next step. Okay, so looking at the PC, I am at flasher.meshtastic.org. And if I select a device here, there is actually a here's some manufacturers, and there's Elecrow, and there's the 2.8 little panel. Yeah, there you can see there's a 5, 7, 3.4, 3.5. I reviewed this Node M1, ThinkNode M1 before, and it's awesome. But let's choose this 2.8 over here. I think this is probably the latest beta that's, or the latest version that's got the fancy UI in it. And I'm going to hit flash, and I'm going to hit continue, and let's see what it does. I'm going to say full erase, and I'm going to say flash and install. So you can see it jumps up and it shows the port. If I unplug it, you'll see it disappear. If I plug it back in, you'll see that the little port appears. So looking at the unit at the moment, you can see that it's got the default stuff in it. Oh, it's a touchscreen, by the way. It's got the default UI installed, and we can see that that's the actual port. So I'm going to connect, and it's actually going to erase the flash on this thing. Oh, and I've got it plugged into the top port. The bottom port seems to be only power. The top port seems to be the communications port. So let's let this do its thing over here. Wow, that went pretty fast actually. So it claims it's finished flashing it. I'm going to unplug the power, and I'm going to plug it into the bottom, into the unit. And what do you know? Meshtastic is there. There it is. Right on. Yeah, well, it's upside down at the moment, but I can deal with that. Oh, I seem to have put my my 3D print the wrong way around. The screen is the other way around once it starts up. But let's just give it a short name here quickly. Let's see if that works. Nope, long name. I don't see a keyboard come up. Oh, there's a keyboard right there. So I'm just going to say, I'll just call it VIV, oh, sorry, VIV, oh, not easy to type on, VIV, oh, okay, and just something like TEST, test. There we go. And regions US, and it's probably going to reboot now. So right, let's see what we can do about the display. Let's go into settings here. Let's see if I can settings, theme, backup. I'm pretty sure you're going to have to do this setting in the mobile app, but that's okay. We'll do that in a few minutes here. So let's have a look. There's the maps. So I'm going to install a SD card soon. Let's install a SD card with some tiles on it and see if it finds it. There's chat. No chats at the moment. There's this device, and it claims to be 1 of 1. Let's see, and we can see that that LoRa is actually incorrect. That LoRa frequency it's on. That should be 906.875 US. And let's have a look. 902.125. That's interesting. Okay. Well, let's go back into here, see what options there are. Yeah, well, that is the US one. US one. Okay. Well, that's interesting. That it puts it at 902.125. So let me connect the mobile app to this quickly and get this sorted out. Well, let's try and refresh a new connection. Let's try and connect to it. And the reason why it doesn't work on Bluetooth is because you have to shut down this version of Meshtastic, the fancy UI version. You have to shut down. So you would go to Tools, not Tools actually, you go to Settings, and you go to Settings, and you, not Tools, you go to Settings, and you go to Shutdown. So Settings, Shutdown, and then you put it into Bluetooth mode. So this guy is now shutting down, restarting in Bluetooth mode. Okay, there we go, and it's showing the code. So let me see if I can find that on Bluetooth using the mobile app, right? So let me go in here. I'm going to do a scan on the mobile app. We'll do a scan there. And we can see there it is, VI, and I'm going to put in the pin. So 679426. Okay, let's see if it wants to pair with it. There it is. Right, the mobile app seems to work perfectly. There it is. There's the device. I can see it on my mobile app. Let me actually take this way down so it's a little bit more readable on the screen. Right, there we go. We can see that the device is there. Maybe a little bit more. The device is there. So let me go into radio configuration. So the first thing I would say that needs to be sorted out is under LoRa, it says United States, but it's put it on frequency slot 1. And that should be either 0, so it auto-selects, or 20. That's the default for the US. That might just be a setting bug they have, so I'm changing it to 20. We can see that hopefully that communicates that. Yep, we can see that the device rebooted, and it should now be on frequency slot 20, right? So let's have a look and see. Crow Panel, it claims. It's supported, hardware Crow Panel. It says it's a 3.5, but that's a 2.8. Okay, I see that. And it's got, yeah, the version installed. Now let's go back into radio configuration. And it does not seem to want to do radio configuration. Let me disconnect this and reconnect it. Oh, huh, interesting. There it goes. 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Boom. Right, we're in. Okay, yeah, we can see that it's starting to discover other nodes in this area. So let's go back into radio configuration. Let's go back to the display. I wonder if I can flip the screen in this yeah. I'm going to say flip the screen, and I'm also going to use imperial, not metric, and send that and see what it does. I don't know if you can actually flip the screen on this fancy UI. Oh, it does. No, it doesn't. No luck. Okay, well, it's rebooted. Let's try and see if I run the unit, if I reboot it. So you do that by long pressing on the little Bluetooth icon. And no, it doesn't want to flip the screen, so I'll have to reprint this case to be the other way around. How about that? Or I can just use it like this. Actually, this is actually pretty neat. It can be a low down case like this. How about that? I think I just solved my own problem because it's got these little feet at the back. It can just stand like this on my desk. Actually, I think that is awesome. I think I'm going to use it just like this. Okay, so next step would be to install, we can see 3, 4 nodes, we can see that. Next thing for me would be to install the SD card and some tiles, and let's see if we can see something. Right, so I've taken it out of a case again, and I've got my little SD card over here, which I'm going to insert here, and on there is a folder with map on it that has all the maps. So let me clean the screen a little. There we go. Need to clean that up a little. There we go. My what's his name still in there. My my little unit, and I'm going to reinsert it back in here, but this time with the SD card installed. I'm going to reinsert it into my special little upside down printed case over here, which now actually turns out to be an awesome little case. I actually like it like this. And I'm going to apply power to it again. And there we go. It seems to be coming up. Looking good, looking good. Right, it finally came back. It's good. Let me go look at maps now, and it does actually seem, yeah, like I've got the maps. They're actually there, which is pretty freaking awesome. Yeah, there's some maps over there. Obviously, I don't, you know, I'm not on the, you know, I'm not on the, it doesn't have a GPS, so it's not going to find my real location. But it does seem like it does read the maps. There's, you know, Florida. Oh, it does have a location there in Florida for me, which is interesting. But yeah, so it does look like it does read the maps. So pretty neat. Let's go have a look at that actually. That's it, signal to noise. Yeah, it doesn't have a GPS. Let's long press. That's how you turn things like the GPS on and off. You long press the little icon over there. So I'll try to turn on the icon, but I saw no GPS. So I know there's no GPS in there. But if I you know, plug the GPS into the I/O pins in the back, and it actually comes with these little connectors. So this really would just go to a GPS. Just this plugs in the back, and those 4 pins, there's TX, RX, power, and ground. That would just go into a GPS unit very simply, and you'd have GPS location. But you know, for me, typically if I use a home unit like this, I wouldn't put GPS on it. So yeah, there's the unit. I think it's good. Yeah, you can see no GPS, sounds on, banners on, sound and banner. You know, there's so one of the tools that I really, probably the best thing for me on this Meshtastic version, I wanted to show this to you in previous videos, is if you go into tools, there's tools there, and you go into this packet log. This thing is awesome. I really love this thing's packet log. So as you see traffic come past, it will start logging them here. So it's taking a few seconds now because you know, when you start it, it will just it will be initializing. So it doesn't do this packet log the whole time. It's only when you start it. But you'll start seeing the packets being logged on the screen, and like there you can see is on channel 0, this node called 7534 sent to all nodes its position, which is awesome to see. And it will keep that orange color for that node all this time. So this node at that time, and obviously the time is not right because it doesn't have a GPS, but we can set that. But channel 0, that node, 26 DC, sent to that node, it's node info. So it's sent to 47B8. It sent node info, which is really awesome. So you can get so much detail from these logs, especially when you're driving. If you're in a car and you have like a LilyGo T-Deck with this UI on, you can see people pinging you, you can see you reaching out to other nodes. That is really an awesome thing to see, is this what's called the packet log. And there you can see 2F3B sent its position to all nodes. It told all nodes, this is my position, which is great. So these are all the packets I received. So there's a 033E that sent to all nodes the telemetry of a device. That this is my battery, this is, you know, everything around my device itself. So you get all these different kinds of packets. And in this case, we can see a position packet, we can see a node info packet, we can see a position packet, and then a telemetry device. It told everybody, you know, its battery level, that specific node, 033E. So that's pretty awesome. This is really a good feature for me of this specific UI. So thank you for watching, and we'll speak again soon. Thank you.